Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Thursday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Hope everyone's doing well. I thought this morning I would take five of my favorite debut albums from the late 60s and early 70s, classic hard rock albums, and talk a little bit about them and kind of put them in a ranking. Not to say one's better than the other, it's just a fun thing to do. And you may be surprised with the outcome. So I'm going to take Shades of Deep Purple by Deep Purple. And I'm going to take Atomic Rooster's debut album from this amazing little box set. I'm going to talk about Blue Oyster Cult's debut album. I'm going to talk about Wishbone Ash's debut album. And Uriah Heap's debut album. And put them all together, rank them up. You may be surprised by the outcome. And before I get into it, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collections. Because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, and let's get into it. So believe it or not, number 5 from one of my favorite bands ever. This debut is kind of dated against the other 4, in my opinion, but still a fantastic album. I really, really like it. But it's Shades of Deep Purple, 1968 release. Starts off with the song And the Address, which is a instrumental song, which just happens to be the last song on their latest full studio album, Whoosh. So at one point there were rumors that that was the end, start to end type of thing. They came out with a compilation covers album, which was really, really cool. I really liked that one. But at this time in their debut, it featured Rod Evans on vocals, Nick Simper on bass, John Lord on keyboards, Richie Blackmore on guitars, and Ian Pace on drums. More psychedelic rock, progressive rock, pop rock as well. And perhaps that's why it doesn't stand up against the other albums that I'm going to show. They do a great cover of Joe South's Hush on this one. One More Rainy Day, Prelude, Happiness, I'm So Glad, Mandrake Root, the cover of the Beatles song Help, which is an interesting cover. Love Help Me, and Billy Roberts' Hey Joe. So And the Address, it's a cool 60s style instrumental song. It again, a lot of these songs sound, they have a, even though yes it came out in the 60s, the album has a 60s sound to it compared to the harder edged early 70s rock of the other albums I'm going to show. So Hush, you got that howling intro, which is really cool. It's a heavy pop track. The keyboards shine on this one. Rod Evans again sounds really, really good. But again, another 60s sound. He doesn't have the vocal range that Ian Gillan has, for sure. One More Rainy Day, slow poppy track, almost a ballad-like track for the band. Then you got Prelude, Happiness, I'm So Glad, which is a psychedelic keyboard sound, spacey lyrics, great solo by Richie Blackmore and John Lord, and of course the drumming by Ian Pace. We overlooked the amazing drumming by Ian Pace. He's such a remarkable drummer. Mandrake Root, slightly heavier track, almost a Hendrix-like type of track on this one. It's got a funky rhythm to it, psychedelic in some spots. Really, really good. And then you got Help, which is a slowed down version of the song, which I don't really prefer myself. It rocks it out near the end, and you get this wild solo by Blackmore, but then it slows down again. I don't know. You hear the Beatles' Help. It's just that speedy, fast, great poppy song. But this one here, they really slow it down. Love Help Me, heavy into intro, into some great guitar work. But again, another 60s style sound to this one. Hey Joe, they do a fantastic job on this one. They really, really do. One of my favorite tracks on the album, outside of Hush. The intro is really dramatic, got almost like a march-like beat to it. Great guitar work on this one, and then it turns into the song we all know and love. Nick Simper and does an amazing work on bass, and Rod Evans' vocals are really, really good. Um, then you got between the keyboards of John Lord and the great guitar work of Richie Blackmore. Um, it just shines, and you got this excellent solo by Blackmore as well. Um, great track, really, really good stuff. And then you got Shadows, again back to a 60s type of sound. Um, Great harmonies, cool track, but again that 60s sound. So unfortunately, even though it's my favorite band, I still prefer the Mark II version of the band. This is a great album, but I'm going to rank it at number 5 on this one. From this amazing band that maybe a lot of people don't know about, Atomic Rooster. This is a cool box set. We've got the debut album in here. Cool cover, pardon me, 1970 release. British rock band formed by members of the Crazy World of Arthur Brown. You got Vincent Crane and Carl Palmer on drums. Vincent Crane is keyboardist. And you've got bassist and vocalist Nick Graham. No guitar work on this album. It's all keyboards, which is cool. Cool way to do it. So it starts right off the bat at Friday the 13th. More John Lord and hard-driven sound as far as the track goes. The drumming is so crazy on this one. Carl Palmer's an amazing drummer. Dramatic vocals, and then the song builds, and great keyboard on that one. Great solo. Then you got On So to Bed, another hard driving track. Again, another lead by the Keys. Great drumming, great vocals on this one as well. Winter, almost a slow fantasy-like track. Great flute in this one also. Again, I've written down Carl Palmer drives a song with great drumming. He's just a remarkable drummer. Decline and Fall, you got great bass runs and those hard-driven keyboard tracks again. It's an instrumental. Of course, it kind of builds and slows and builds and slows. It's really, really good song. And then you got Barnstead. Great vocals on this one. And amazing harmonies. And again, the keyboard solos in these songs are just fantastic. Another one that builds and slows down. Then you got the song Sly, which is kind of a funky track. Basically, again, the first album is all keys, bass, and drums on this one. And they all add to the coolness of the track. So Sly is a really cool track, but it's got a bit of a 60s sound to it as well. Then you have Broken Wings. Some horns on this one as well. Slow bluesy number. Dramatic as it grows and grows on this one. And then the album ends with Before Tomorrow. Great key solo. Almost psychedelic in some tracks. In some parts of this song. It's echoey. The vocals are echoey. And then it builds to a crescendo, and then it slows right back down again. And then the album ends. But a fantastic debut album at number 4. Atomic Rooster's debut album. Really, really good stuff. And then you got Blue Oyster Cult, the only American group in this bunch. great debut album by Blue Oyster Cult, formed in 1967, and 1972 release of this debut album. You got Eric Bloom, vocals, rhythm, guitar. Buck Dharma, a lead guitar and vocals, amazing lead guitarist. Joe Bouchard on bass and vocals. Albert Bouchard on drums and vocals, and Alan Lanier on rhythm, guitar, and vocals. You've got, it starts off with Trans Manicon MC. Transmaniacon MC, sorry, it's a hard. Some of their titles on this one are bizarre for sure. It's a rockin' track to open up the album. Keys and guitar again. Great vocals by Eric Bloom. He's got that gritty vocal style to him. Love the guitar work, and amazing lead work as well. And then I'm on the lamb, but I ain't no sheep. Again, there's your song titles. Another rockin' track. Lead work is fast and furious on this one. Almost a southern rock style song. Never lets up. Then came The Last Days of May. Slow track and mystifying in some spots. Nice echoes as well. I love the guitar work. And the vocals have the same harmonies in there as well. Buck Dharma is just an amazing player. Just a remarkable player. Really, really good stuff. And then you've got Stairway to the Stars, gritty rockin' track. Again, another gritty performance by Eric Bloom. Great lead work again, great driving track. Just really rocks. Before the Kiss, a Red Cap, another heavy opening track. I love how the vocals and the guitar mimic each other on this one. Then it turns into this cool jazzy metal track. That's what, and Blue Oyster Cult does that quite a bit. They get into this jazzy, almost jamming type of thing. That's just showing their talent. Then it ends with a great keyboard and guitar solo on that one. A lot of tracks. There's 14 tracks on this one, so it's a lot of tracks. And then you've got Before the Red Cap, and what's next here? Before the Red Cap. Sorry, there's 4 bonus tracks on this one. Then you've got Screams, dramatic opening track as the song builds into this 60s style sound. Again, with the 60s style, nothing wrong with it. It's just weird because this is such a rockin' album, and then it goes into this 60s style sound, and then slows down to this dreamy track again. Definitely a 60s feel to it. She's Beautiful as a Foot, a different title for sure. Kind of a Middle Eastern sound to this one. Kind of dreamy and trippy. Really, really good stuff. Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll, probably the heaviest track on this one, and probably maybe the best track on this one. Heavy and gritty, love the drums and guitar, straight ahead rock track. Another heavy solo, which is so good on this one. And Workshop of the Telescopes, again a weird title. Psychedelic elements to this one, great weird guitars and echoes. Almost sounds out of time when they're playing it. Amazing guitar work on this one, and again, another highlight of the track of the album. And then it ends with Redeemed, kind of a folky country track, kind of outside of the rest of the album, really. One of the lightest tracks on the album. Nice harmonies, though, country rock elements in this one. But overall, a great album. This is my number 3 album, but really good stuff. The great band Wishbone Ash and their 1970 debut. Wishbone Ash, of course, another great British hard rock band, formed in the early 70s. Amazing guitar work of, again, a dual guitar band. Martin Turner and Andy Powell, amazing guitarist. Hard rock, blues rock, progressive rock, twin guitar powerhouse of a band for sure. So you've got Andy Powell on lead guitar and vocals, Ted Turner on lead guitar and vocals, Martin Turner on bass and vocals, and Steve Upton on drums. And this great debut. And the cool thing about this CD is it's shaped like almost like a little vinyl. It's on Decca Records, obviously. Comes with a cool sleeve as well. But what an amazing album this is. I'm really digging this one. You've got everything about it is so good. It starts off with Blind Eye, which is a cool bluesy track. As I'm struggling to get this CD back into its cover. Yeah, Blind Eye. Twin guitars again, and the drumming keeps great rhythm in this one. Great lead work throughout the song. Fun track. They're firing on all cylinders, even on this early debut. Then you got Lady Whiskey, a funky rockin' track, great drums and guitars, and again the dual guitar work is so good. Arrows of My Way, the song builds and the solo goes on in this one, which I absolutely love. You got some great acoustic work in the beginning. Some great harmonies, and each plays. And the thing I like about the solo is each one plays at a different tune, which is really good. These guys are so underrated. And then you have Queen of. I think this is it. Then it ends with Queen of Torture. Rock and track, great vocals, bluesy and funky, an amazing solo to end the track as well. And I must have written this one down. I see. You've got side 2 on this one. So Queen of Torture ends side 1. Handy opens up side 2. It's got a cool opening to it. Slow building track. Both guitars playing separately from each other again. And then it builds into this heavy jamming track. And then amazing blues solo in this one. And it turns into this jazzy number all of a sudden. And they just jam away. Great bass runs. And then amazing solo to end it all. And yeah, and it ends with, what's it end with? Phoenix. Sorry, my notes are all over the place. Where's my notes on Phoenix here? Did I write anything on Phoenix? Maybe I didn't. Oh, Phoenix, here you go. Phoenix ends the album. Dramatic sound. And then it slows with some echoey guitar, which is really cool. Nice slow leads on this one as well. Beautiful slide work. The vocals are really good and the guitar really echoes. Again, the bass shines. And then it builds and builds and builds into this amazing solo. The twin guitars speed up and then build into this opening cool rock and track. Some nice muting effects on this one as well. An amazing way to end this album. This is my number 2 album. And then finally, my number 1 album by Uriah Heap. I've got 2 copies of this one. How much I love it. One's on black mercury, the other one's on this colored mercury. This is the US cover. There's also a UK cover. This is an amazing band, formed in 1969, a London hard rock band. Awesome guitar work of Mick Box. It's very heavy, very humble, missing the H's on this one. Um, Debuted in 1970 in the UK and August 1970 in the US. This is the cover of the UK version. Uh, the uh, the US version has Birds of Prey instead of the song Lucy Blues, which I prefer over Birds of Prey actually. You got the awesome David Byron's on vocal, or David Byron, sorry, on vocals. Ken Hensley on piano and organ, Mick Box on lead and acoustic guitar, Paul Newton on bass, Nigel Olsson on drums, which played with Elton John, Alex Napier on drums as well, and Keith Baker on drums. So they all played on different tracks. Starts right off with Gypsy, cool organ opening. It's a cool thing about all these bands, they've got really good keyboards in there. Awesome lead work, great drumming, heavy riff. David Byron, again, what can you say about his vocals? Just amazing. Walking in Your Shadows, another rockin' track. Love the guitar work. Byron's vocals shine on this one. Heavy riffs and great harmonies. Come Away, Melinda. Slow ballad type of opening. Beautiful acoustic guitar. Beautifully sung by David Byron. Some strings in there mixed as well. Just a nice love song, really. And then you've got, I just want to make sure I got these in order here, because my notes tend to go all over the place. What have I got here? What did I end up with? What did I end up here? Come Away, Melinda. Yeah, and then you got Birds of Prey. Heavy opener, some great work, riffs and screaming by Byron. High falsettos. I don't really like this track all that well. It's probably the weakest track on the album. It's got some dreamscape moments to it and great play between the keys and guitar again. But I really prefer Lucy Blues from the UK version, which is great piano and blues track to open it up. Bluesy number, sung with a lot of soul on this one, an amazing keyboard solo as well. I prefer that one over Birds of Prey. And then you got Dream Mare instead of Nightmare. It's called Dream Mare. Another one that opens up with keyboards, some heavy riffs on this one. Great lead work to build up the song into that funky riff. It's a rockin' tune, great harmonies, some great slide work as well, bluesy solos. And then I'll Keep On Trying. Where's my notes? I'll Keep On Trying. Again, another dramatic track. The guitar just shines on this one. Heavy bluesy number again, lots of harmonies. Amazing solo, blistering solo. Mick Box is so good on this one. And then you've got, oh damn, I keep dropping my notes here. Then you've got Wake Up, which is the last track on the album. And did I not write any notes on Wake Up? I may not have. I don't think I wrote any notes on this one. But again, it's just amazing, amazing song. I can't find any notes on this one. There's the inside cover of this. But yeah, this is my #1 album. #1 album. Again, I've got 2 copies of this one. Amazing #1 band out of those 5. Again, this is just my opinion. Really good stuff. And hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. Love you all.